second term because they love him and he has done well, and he is going to be a jolly fellow as usual. He's not going to stop dancing. He will keep dancing and he'll keep doing. But I was shocked to my bone marrow to find out that 2 years, 2 years running now, the presidency seized Osun State 2 years local government fund. 2 solid years. So it's not like they started today to try to take over the government of Osun State from the Adeleke's. Now they keep accusing Adeleke that he's making Osun State look like an Adeleke family dynasty and all that. They tried for 2 years, seizing his local government, make sure he does not perform. But he did. According to him, he lamented that when they just pay salaries of workers, they don't have any money to work. Apart from the internal IGR that they are doing, that the allocation comes and it's just for salaries. And the local governments are there, nothing, no money for 2 years out of 4 years. God have mercy. So have our politics got into that? President Bola Ahmed Tinubu was the president, was the governor of Lagos State when Obasanjo seized the local government allocation for him creating 37 LGs or 37 local government councils that were not constitutionally recognized. And Obasanjo said, no, he is not going to pay. Apart from the 20 local government recognized, he won't pay a shishi to any of those LCDAs. But the story has been that government seized the local government fund of Lagos State during Obasanjo's tenure. But right now, the same thing that happened to the governor of Lagos then, now president, is not happening to Osun State. So when you take a look at all these parameters, do you agree with the narrative APC is trying to point that there is an agreement between Ademola Adeleke and the president that he will continue his second tenure and support him? And immediately after his victory, in his victory speech, he reaffirmed his support for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So a lot of confusion everywhere. Nigerians are not happy and they are now talking. So it's time for you to add your voice to that particular conversation. Do you think Ademola Adeleke has an agreement like Festus Keyamo purported, and the APC is trying to paint that image that it is because they have an agreement, that's why he won? Basically that you cannot win the election unless APC allows you to win. That is what they are trying to spin the whole story. But Osun people are not having that. Most of them are now very angry, and Nigerians in general, so many of them are angry over this issue of Davido's uncle there. Some of them went as far as saying Davido is tweeting now, shouting, no more support. Davido is shouting, becoming an advocate all of a sudden because his uncle, as soon as the election passed, he will keep quiet. All they say, go and vote your conscience, no violence. That's what he's going to be preaching. Do you agree to all of these comments coming about? When we open up the phone lines, you can add your voice to that particular conversation. It's a national discourse, and congratulations to the Adeleke of Osun State. All right, we go straight to the newspaper this very beautiful morning. Let's take a look at the beautiful stories in the papers this very morning. Well, we start off with the Sahara Reporters this very beautiful Monday morning. Okay, Erufai is in the news again. Erufai files fresh 10 billion naira suit against ICPC and accuses agency of isolating him from his wife and his son. Erufai is asking the ICPC to pay him 10 billion naira in damages and all that, rather than focusing solely on the legality of his detention. Erufai's latest legal challenge places the condition of his detention and his continued contact with his family at the center of the dispute. Well, former Kaduna State Governor has now sued for 10 billion naira. What do you make of that story? He has been in ICPC detention over wiretapping of the NSA and, of course, other corruption charges that have not been proven in the court of law, but he has been detained since without any conviction. So it is a Nigerian way of politics that we don't understand, a Nigerian way of judiciary when you can detain somebody without taking the person to court and the court passing a judgment, he stays in detention perpetually, and now he's alleging that his family is being stopped from seeing him, despite a court order ordering ICPC to allow him to his personal physician and his lawyers. Well, that is what is going on there. Find the story on Sahara Reporters. And of course, EFCC recovers $60 million from Nest Oil in debt probe and agrees repayment plan with the leaders. Okay, that's another very beautiful story. Nigeria introduces new policy limiting temporary doctors' contracts to 6 months. Okay, now let's move on to the Vanguard newspaper. On the Vanguard newspaper this morning, why Adeleke won again in Osun State. Tinubu said Governor Adeleke must unite Osun State people and rally them for growth, stability, and social economic progress. They say why Adeleke won again. Please go grab a copy of that. Well, import choke textile industry rise to 1.1 trillion naira in 2 years. Concession of King's College, parents mobilized for protest. All right, what is that? You better read the story on the Vanguard newspaper. Dollar to naira exchange rate is also there on the Vanguard newspaper. Taxed unborn set to launch taxpayers' bill of rights obligation. What does that mean? You can grab a copy of the Vanguard newspaper. Accord, AAC, SDP presidential candidate join forces against Tinubu. This is coming 2027 on the Vanguard newspaper. Well, according to the paper, the presidential candidate of Accord Party, African Action Congress, AAC, the Soros Party, and Social Democratic Party, SDP, have resolved to work together towards a common democratic force ahead of the 2027 presidential election in what would become a significant realignment of Nigerians' opposition politics. A very good one. But if you watch, these three, they are not the major candidates, if you ask me, but definitely it's a good step if they want to have any chance to challenge President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the Jagaban. The three candidates, Dr. Gbenga, Olawokbo, Kasim of Accord, Mr. Omoyele Sowore of AAC, and Prince Adewale Adebayo of SDP, reached the resolution after a meeting in Port Harcourt this weekend that just passed. It's just, oh boy, is that going to see any light of the day? Well, Sowore has been a serious critic of the old guns like Peter Obi, like Atiku Abubakar, who they think they are part of the people that ruined this country. Sowore has been saying that all the time. But right now, he's aligning with a SDP candidate and the Accord Party candidate. But the Accord Party governor is not supporting Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Oh, me, Tabo. Well, now to the Punch newspaper, we have Osun Pool victory. Adeleke extends olive branch and APC moves tribunal challenge. Which did they want challenge? Well, the APC said they are still studying and reviewing the results. They are trying to look for a lacuna, a loophole for which they will approach the tribunal in Osun State. Well, that is what is going on now. El Rufai demands family access and 10 billion naira damages from ICPC. That's also on the Punch newspaper. Tinubu bets on Port Harcourt and Warri refineries despite Obasanjo's doubt. And the banks, fintechs report 42,082 suspicious transactions to NFIU. Grab a copy and no more. Army commander visits Sokoto community and pledges troop readiness to tackle terrorism. Moguna they tackle then stop pledging. Just do the do, walk the walk, stop the talk. Woman arrested for stealing newborn in KB. Now this story has been trending. I don't know why family pressure will put this young lady into committing this kind of heinous crime. Well, in Kebbi State, a police command has arrested a 19-year-old small girl. That's why we keep talking. Well, Khadija Ibrahim for allegedly stealing a newborn baby in Zuru local government area of the state and presenting the child to her husband as her own. Now, this young lady, the story has it that the young lady faked pregnancy for 9 solid months because of pressure from the family. She's just 19. Well, the suspect is a resident of Rikoto, Zuru, LGA. He was arrested. She was arrested on August 14th following sustained investigation into the incident, which occurred on July 23rd, 2025. Well, according to the police, the suspect allegedly stole the baby shortly after its biological mother, identified as Fatima Mohammed, gave birth, and the command in a statement issued on Sunday by its police public relations officer, SP Bashir Usman, said Khadija had pretended to assist the new mother by offering to fetch hot water, but allegedly fled with a newborn baby. And of course, it's kind of very, very sad. Now, and that's why we keep asking this issue of marrying young girls who are not ready, whose body is not even strong enough for childbearing. How does it really perform? At the end of the day, we say it is probably religious or cultural, values that allow them to marry at the age of 11, 20, 12, 13, and all those craziness when they are still, little babies. I mean, a 12-year-old girl, for God's sake, this is terrible. But the young lady, well, they didn't show us her face in the pictures, but if you watch our social media now on our Facebook, you'll see the picture of the young girl there. She was said to have stolen a newborn baby shortly after they gave birth. Why? Because her family has been pressuring her to give birth to a child. She's just 19 years, and this is what it has led us to. So family pressures can lead a lot of young people into doing heinous crime like this. Nobody will pity for this young girl now because she has committed a crime, because the person she stole the baby from carried that child for 9 solid months. Which mother will allow that? Which one can ever forgive that? I mean, it's a terrible situation, but that's what it is, man. Okay, grab a copy of the Punch newspaper, get more details on that story. And of course, U.S. missionary kidnapped in Niger reunited with wife returning home. This is according to Donald Trump. Imagine a missionary, United States missionary, says U.S. they can't carry their own one person, because their president even know, say one person is missing. One person was kidnapped. They sent people, come carry him, they don't reunite, and even the president is talking about it. That is how a country protects its own. Now they hear the holla. Trump no one given a visa. The guy is president of America, not Nigerian or African president. Stay in your country and fix it. DR Congo, Ebola outbreak becomes deadliest with over 2,300 deaths. Oh my God, this Ebola again. I beg, nobody should go to DR Congo and come back to Nigeria. If you go there, remain there. Don't bring Ebola to this country. I remember what Ebola did to Nigeria. We no rest until Nigeria begin to use and do yaya. You know, any sickness will come, enter Nigeria. That one a problem, the sickness fine come. Nigeria go use and do yaya. People begin tie line long. Cover their only their eye go stay. They will come post. Snap picture, poster. Ebola see the picture wrong, come out for Nigeria. When I no bring her back, oh. Nobody want to hear Ebola again. All right, let's move on now to the Premium Times. And the Premium Times this morning says EFCC recovers $60 million from Nest Oil lenders in ongoing debt investigation. Okay. INEC declares Akoda Demola Adeleke winner. That's no news again. It's old as Methuselah. Okay, that's the much we'll be taking on that front. And this is where we open up our phone lines for you. In any of the stories that caught your fancy, now is the time to say hala. All right, 0911 20,022. Good day, my line.
Sorry, good morning.
Good morning to you, Agami.
I'm Mike Onyeshik, the program for Emery.
Agamaiko, carry go.
They should please allow El-Rufai to see his family. It's not a criminal offense. Thank you and God bless you.
All right, thank you, Mike. Thank you for a short one there. That's how I like it. Keep the calls coming, 0911 20,022. on our Facebook. Ukpongi Yele is here next after this caller. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Cosmos.
I'm my man. Good morning. How buddy?
Yeah, as you said, it's Amma, and the body is good. Amma is speaking from which is street in Owerri.
All right.
I say happy Monday and happy New Week.
Happy New Week to you, sir.
You see, what happened in our state is a big lesson to all of us who are doubting Thomas, who always say that our vote will not count.
Okay.
That goes a long way to show that our vote can count. It's left for us to be. You know, the Bible says that since the days of John the Baptist, the kingdom of God has suffered violence, and men have taken it by force.
Okay.
So that is a lesson for us to not to be in slumber while the election is going on. You do your voting, get prepared to do the voting, and get prepared to protect it to the best of their ability. That is what I urge everyone. And let's not be hopeless and helpless about the electionary system in Nigeria. Let everybody wake up and go and vote 2027 election. Thank you, Amma from Wichita Street.
Yeah, Amma, thank you very, very much. All right, let's take this message from Mukbanga. He says, Barry Cosmos, my brother, good morning. My name is Iyanam Uafibo, the only son of Akwa Ibom. Barry, this is Adeleke versus federal government. Barry, let me ask you do you know how many serving governors were there? 22. Yes, I know. In Osun State, upon all the intimidation upon all the DSS and the police, the army, and the civil defense we are also there. Personally, I don't see Adeleke having an agreement with the federal government. Victory is victory. The masses have seen what APC government is doing to this country, and they will still happen in other states. So this is just the beginning. There is a miracle working God. Barry, I'm not surprised. Trust me, it will soon happen in other states, even in my state, Akwa Ibom. Kudos to Davido for all his efforts. Barry, please tell DJ Mas to play me any Davido song. DJ Mas is not here. You don't misfire. All right. We have DJ Mav Kings. Okay. You want to play Davido song for them? Play now. Samuel Chinedu says, gracious morning to you, Barry. We Nigerians are easily carried away by any statement. If really there has been an agreement, why will the federal government, allow almost the APC governors, senators, big wigs, and government to come to Osun? They should have relaxed in their various states if there is an agreement. It is high time Nigerians learn how to wear thick-skinned clothes so that the government will not penetrate in our thinking. Agreement is agreement, is political statement. Thank God Adeleke has emerged as the governor-elect from MC Babauti Owelu Urata. Thank you very, very much. Okay, we also have this caller. Good morning.
Harry, my dear brother, God bless you this morning.
Welcome aboard, Agami.
Simple and short. Those are back calling from Abakura Haji.
Abakuru.
Yeah, Haji.
You don't tell.
Don't tell my brother, we don't tell you.
Okay.
All their buhaha, wuhaha. It don't end.
Have you?
All their fight, it don't end.
No,
when they carry their armored car and their modern people go back to their state and rule their state in number. I tell you, this is the way the youth is supposed to behave.
Okay.
One nation, follow them bomber to bomber. Nothing will happen.
Okay.
I tell you, agreement is agreement. They don't agree now. Youth agreement is agreement. All of them don't agree. I heard the youth of Osun State. I heard them. Dayo, Barry, I mean to say, may they belong. Thank you from Oluwabago.
Thank you very much. Good morning.
Good morning, Barry.
Hey, good morning. Welcome aboard.
Now, Mabigi.
Mabigi, I believe say today the happy small.
Why? Now my prayer now. My prayer don't work.
Okay. All of them are happy. Happy?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Adeleke won the seat because of efforts of the youth.
Okay.
And that of Davido and God intervention. I say kudos to all of them. I thank God for giving him the seat back. Then those Accord party that wanted to vote the other man in, what will be their this thing now? What will be their aim now? Adeleke will sack all of them. If I be Adeleke, I will sack all of them. those are called party. With him, the same party, supporting the other man. So shame to all of them now.
Okay.
I thank God for Adelita.
All right. Thank you
Have a
very
nice
much.
day.
Thank you, Mama Biggie. Dr. Mrs. Simao Lebra, watching live from Port Harcourt. The people of Oshun have spoken, and so will Nigerians speak in 2027. It will no longer be business as usual. We must vote and protect our votes. We cannot keep quiet and watch our democracy go down the drain. If we don't speak out against evil in this country, it continues. Politics is about joyfully rendering quality service to the people, but the dealers we have today are after their own selfish interest. Thank you very much, ma'am, for your contribution. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you.
I'm Broshedra calling from Ikunebo.
All right, Broshedra, carry go.
Very, very glad for you to take my call today. I know it's not your fault, but more than a month and now, I've always called and no way.
Yeah, no vex. No vex. You don't join me today. Carry go.
I just want to put my own mouth on the election of Osun State.
Okay.
And I don't know, but what I have been thinking is the conclusion of that election. If it had gone the other way around, you see, nobody would have believed on free and fair here.
Okay.
Nobody would have believed on free and fair. But since it has happened in the way majority has expected,
okay,
now it has become free and fair. Even the vote buying that happened there is now out of place. Nobody is talking about it any longer. So, but on the other way around, I was wondering how the first speech of the governor, he was thanking the president for playing a fatherly role and then allowed the election to be conducted free and fair. Does this mean it's the president that gave him the opportunity to win, to be re-elected?
Okay.
So it was in that sense that some of the people who made the comment of agreement is agreement came from. So I don't know which of the role that the president played. I don't even know. I don't know what happened there, but whatever had happened, what is important is that we are asking and praying if on the 2027 election, God will help us for everything to be done free and fair for the glory of God. Thank you and God bless.
Thank you very, very much. All right. Engineer Frank Ujebelebe texting from Mama House at Douglas this very beautiful morning. He says, I want to congratulate the Governor Adeleke on his re-election for second tenure. I also commend police, IGP, the youths for protecting their votes. But I want to advise our people not to be too emotional because if time is not taken, Adeleke will do what the Senators, National Assembly members elected under the Labour Party in 2023 did by defecting to the ruling party, Kachineke Mezioko. Oh boy, everybody is now being cautious and shouting, no way, no way, no way. Okay. Let's move on. Let's get it on. Good morning, Daddy Ebube. And, okay, that message is not from me. Okay, we have this one from Engineer Ebuka, Engineering of Electoral Victory. Engineering of Electoral Victory. What a way to coin this one. The re-election of Governor Adeleke demonstrates the kinetic energy, political pressure, and electoral momentum generated by the people of Osun. Bam. Despite external forces, inducements, and attempts to alter their trajectory, the electorate maintained a strong resultant force, rejecting bribery and directing their collective vector towards their preferred candidate. Congratulations, Governor Adeleke. The people have supplied the force. The mandate is the resultant. May this second term convert political energy into productive work, sustainable development, and measurable progress for Osun State. Indeed, when the people stand, election win. Thank you very, very much, Engineer Ebuka, for speaking up. Good morning. When the people stand.
Hello, good morning, Barry.
I greet you.
This is senior citizen Mazuzama.
Welcome aboard, sir.
Mario, yes. You have been shouting, let me say so,
okay,
the word, that everybody should go and get his TV.
Yes.
Yes. And that's right in Osun.
Mm-hmm.
Apart from the credentials of Adeleke and the history he has continued to make.
Okay.
It's only in himself and his elder brother of the same mother and father who have become governor and another one governor. If there's another one in Nigeria, I don't know. And he has sustained that history. Not just by dancing, as they blame him, but by deliverables. People can see what he has done in Osun State. The civil servants who had not received their salaries for under the other government started receiving salaries. But people are blaming whether there is an accord or whether there's an agreement. But
call the governor, by using names like Ade Dancer, like, drama needs to stop, governance needs to begin, rather than selling, their own package, their own projects, their own programs to the people, and the governor did quite a lot of work when it comes to road infrastructure. So, I mean, we were, shown and we are asking, who did this road? At this point, was this road fixed? And they would tell you it is the governor. So it is both ways. It is both, a referendum on the governance of Osun State, and maybe it could also be a referendum on the national governance. Let's not forget, Nigerians have struggled quite a lot with poverty in recent years, especially as a result of.
How many governors were there? Police, commissioners of police, everybody, they were there.
Has effect on Nigerians. So it could also be a referendum, although that cannot be confirmed because, I mean, it's a state-level election and all that. But because of the fact that we also saw complaints about the deployment of federal might, and the governor itself was not mentioning the APC candidate so much. It was basically mentioning the federal minister, Oyetola, in most of the town hall. It also shows that, somehow, somewhere, it was also a referendum on the national government. So, I mean, it's a call for us to step up. I mean, for us as NGOs, as think tank, we love this kind of healthy competition that is devoid of violence, because democracy is about competition. And we're very worried that after the 2023 elections and the Edo elections, almost all the obstacle elections that we saw afterwards were not very competitive.
Police or wherever would change anything. And the people of Osun have proven me right. Thank you very much for even reminding me on that particular one.
7 elections, not just competition, but a fair and level playing competition for all political parties and candidates.
Indeed, Degiev. Gentlemen, we'll take these stories, but we'll be right back after them. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has congratulated Osun State Governor Ademola Adeleke on his re-election, describing the victory as a reflection of the people's choice. Tinubu urged Adeleke to unite the people of
registered voters.
And development. President also commended other candidates, INEC and security agencies for what he described as a peaceful election that reflected the will of voters.
In other news, APC member Osita Okechukwu has called for an end to what he describes as banditry in all of us, following the outcome of the Osun governorship election. Okechukwu said political intolerance, hate speech and disregard for the rule of law contributed to tensions surrounding the election. He urged Nigerians to reflect on the lessons from Osun ahead of the 2027.
Vote for whoever you think is the best candidate. Don't sit in your house. Election is
for human life and the ballot. He also congratulated Governor Ademola Adeleke and urged him to unite the people of Osun through an inclusive administration.
All right, we're still talking about the post-election scenario in Osun State. And of course, Dr. Victor Ohai and Dengiyefa Angalapu is with us. Dr. Ohai, just before we read those stories, Dengiyefa mentioned the issue of referendum, as it were, regarding these elections, even if it's on a state level, which brings me to the issue of the future of the Accord Party at this moment. Do you think, based on his track record, can those fortunes spread to other areas within governance beyond, especially next year's elections, you think, for Accord Party, coming from, where it came from when he emerged?
Just before I came on air, I was musing in my mind, just trying with an idea.
They have overcome Tinubu now.
Uh-oh.
Overcome Tinubu.
Is that why you are happy? Okay.
I heard because he's Adeleke versus Tinubu now.
You know, so that the splinter group from the PDP, if they can, because you see PDP readily, I mean, they see their cause of victory as it's really those in Osun State. They are not divided in Osun, but because of what has happened at national level, due to the selfishness of some of the leadership members, that's why the PDP is the way it is. But it's not a bad idea. After all, it's happened before where APP, a few other parties came together from the APC. Yeah. Why not? I mean, that could be a new lease of life for the People's Democratic
Emeka from
Party.
Ebocha Egbema says, congrats to Adeleke, but this agreement at the end of the minister's air post is really disturbing me. Have we been tricked once again with their selection method of election? Also, why will Adeleke keep mentioning Tinubu in everything now? Is it also part of the so-called agreement? What a question. All right, this other woman says, hello, my people. Good morning, Echo FM. Good morning to you. Echo FM salutes you. All right, if you send me a voice note, I can take that. You know that. So do not send voice message. Okay, please, there is this scam that have started again. And somebody get mine, send this scam. Come our station, say 15,000 naira cash transfer. Governor Adeleke celebrating Osun election. Nah, lie, yo, nothing like that. It is and give your phone. If you like, go click this. Go click that particular link they give you. That one concern you. Don't click it. That should not click it. It's all bubu here. And ayaba. Aha. Pastor Barry Cosmos, the presiding bishop of Straght Talk Ministry and the main event. A clement morning weather to you. I hope you had a wonderful weekend to gather enough momentum to face the joke. Forgeries, scam, vote buying, fake agency, APC, and everything that looks like Tinubu, e.g. Hey, Jesus Christ. In Nigeria. Hunger, killings, funny economic reforms, and fake certificates, just to mention but few out of numerous. Barrio, how market now? For Osun State governorship election, how has the mighty fallen? You see, APC's greatest loss and downfall began immediately. Chief Jude stopped seeing light at the end of the tunnel. Jesus Christ. Imaginary tunnel, okay, and advising angered opposition to challenge their grievances at court of competent jurisdiction. I pray his repentance be sustained. I'm happy for Osun State. Kudos to Adeleke. The massive failure campaign against APC just got started. More inside. This is a clarion call to all that hope is not lost. A new Nigeria is possible. Let's take this country from ancient deities, Jesus, who are long overdue to take their rest in the bosom of their masters rather than tormenting young minds with modern innovation and holding everyone captive for their evil tendencies. They are all moribund, worn out, and expired. I'm actually seeing light at the end of the tunnel. Definitely not the type the defunct party man, Chief Jude, sees. Every good thing is screaming away from Nigeria, including the Women's African Cup of Nations.
If there were genuine cases that the EFCC would have investigated, let's see how it goes now that the election is over. So again, the other statement that was accredited, to the senator was also very unfortunate. A senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria that should know the legal pathways, that should know the law enforcement pathways, says, that a certain political party.
Call for mal on this agreement state.
All right.
Well, let me begin by commending and congratulating Governor for winning the election against all odds.
Okay.
Because the insecurity, the heightened insecurity that people at the election ever before it was conducted. And again, I want my compensation should be given to Mr. President who allowed for a free, plain, level ground for that election to be conducted. Despite the fact that, I heard the list from the different party extraction. And despite the fact that more eyes was looking at Mr. President to make sure that if anyone said that is not said to APC, that never was.
from the southwest part of the country, and the tension is actually growing. So we are going to be seeing a lot of misinformation, disinformation, and hate speech. But it is now for the political actors and political party members to quickly talk to their members that this is not the way to go. The way to go is for us to sell our programs, is for us to sell the basic ideologies that we have, and not to...
I think it should be a lesson for APC members.
Hello? Hello? All right, thank you. Sorry, your line went off. Thank you. All right, so Palliative, Barry, and Guru One on radio. First of all, let me congratulate Governor Adeleke for defeating 22 APC governors and Senator Akpabio in the just concluded Osun governorship election. Barry, if you can remember in one of your programs, you were wondering how Adeleke will survive and return as a governor. People that are angry with him should be happy, because these politics, and again, I have to thank the people of Osun State for coming out en masse to cast their votes for the person of their choice. I also thank them for defending their votes to the extent that they strive and captured gunmen that were shooting and scaring voters away. Congratulations once again, the dancing governor. Comrade Chris Ogbonna, JP, Church of Presentation. All right, it's on that note we'll be ending up the newspaper review. The conversation will continue after this time out. Don't go nowhere. We are coming back in a jiffy. Good morning once again, and welcome to the news update on Echo FM 100.7. We are the fresh news people Here are the latest stories we are keeping tabs on. President Bola Tinubu has congratulated Governor Ademola Adeleke of Osun State on his re-election, saying the governor's victory confirms the confidence the people of the state have in him. President also said the re-election of the governor Adeleke is a fitting assurance that democracy will continue to flourish in the country under the All Progressives Congress administration. Abia State Governor Dr. Alex Oti has approved 1 million naira each to 31 indigents of the state who recently returned from South Africa. In a statement by the Chief Press Secretary to the Governor, Ukoha Njoku, the governor disclosed that the approval is for immediate relief and to reassure the returnees that they have not been abandoned in their moment of need. The Rivers State government will, on Monday, commence the commissioning of 10 major projects across the state as part of efforts by the administration of Governor Similai Fubara to deepen development at the grassroots. The commissioning program, which will run through August 28, will cover projects in several local government areas, including roads, bridges, healthcare facilities, educational infrastructure, and other public facilities. Osun State Governor Ademola Adeleke has reaffirmed his support for President Bola Tinubu's bid for a second time in office in the 2027 general presidential election. Adeleke re-endorsed the president while delivering his victory speech following his re-election as governor of Osun State. The federal government has identified more than 4,000 abandoned mine pits across Plateau State as potential site for new investment in the energy, tourism, and fishery following decades of mining activities. The Minister of Solid Minerals Development, Dele Alake, warned illegal miners against risking their lives by entering abandoned pits without licenses, saying the tragedy could have been avoided if the miners had formed a cooperative and obtained the necessary permits. And in business, petroleum marketers have taken delivery of fresh cargoes of petrol and diesel at major coastal terminals in Lagos and Warri as they replenish their inventories. The latest vessel movements are expected to improve short-term product availability in the Lagos and Warri markets, although the supply position remains sensitive to replacement cost, international crude oil prices, vessel scheduling, and the pace of discharge and evacuation from coastal terminals. And in sport, Arsenal and Man City will begin their 2026 campaign on Sunday when they take on each other in the Community Shield Principality Stadium. The clash scheduled for 3 p.m. UK time pits last season Premier League champions against a Manchester City side entering a new era following Pep Guardiola's departure. And on the foreign scene, the administration of United States President Donald Trump has terminated temporarily protected status for nationals of Somalia, South Sudan, Cameroon, and Ethiopia living in the United States. The move marks a further rollback of the humanitarian immigration programs that has allowed eligible foreign nationals to remain and work legally amid conditions in their home countries. And that is all for the news update at 10, brought to you by our news desk. For more information and inquiries, visit our social media platforms. On Facebook is Echo FM. On X is at Echo FM_Warri. On Instagram and YouTube is Echo FM 100.7. You can listen to us anywhere in the world by clicking on www.echofm.net. And that is the news update at 10. Thank you for saga, but definitely it is what it is. In Nigeria, after the election, we wait for the court proceedings, and after the court now finally affirms you as the winner of the election, that is the only time we can say, aha, it is over. But for now, we are still waiting for the move to be made by APC. They say they are reviewing the outcome and the results of the Osun State governorship election. But definitely, Nigerians have gone on Twitter or X to vent their anger against Davido and the president, the governor of Osun State, where following the 2026 Osun State governorship election and Governor Adeleke's subsequent endorsement of the president, Bola Tinubu, Nigeria X or Twitter space erupted with anger, where netizens expressed frustration over the perceived political compromise, while Davido faced intense backlash and deleted his very politically charged tweets. Well, the story is very complicated. Well, APC's agreement is agreement. Giving the victory like as if it's APC that allowed it to happen. But in Osun State, Monday Kwabela was seen jeered by the street where they were asking ole, ole in the night. He was leaving by 2 a.m. in the night when the election results were announced. And then he, Jackpa in the night, running, and the street people were throwing petals and his convoy and shouting ole, 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 and all that. We saw Osun youths escorting the ballot box and the ballot papers and the result sheets on bikes. The car was racing and they were chasing the bike, shouting they must stay there for it to be delivered. And they must make sure it's the result that is announced from various parts of Osun State. Not as if it's just one stand. The people stood up for their right to vote and be voted for. But shortly after all these efforts by Osun people on his acceptance speech, the governor, well, reiterated his, endorsement of President Bola Tinubu. Before the election, Davido was tweeting left, right, and center, saying, "Hey, cabal, try, Mr. President. Call your people to order. KKK, I will never support you. My family will not support president again and the presidency again, this and that." He said a whole lot of things on Twitter, on X. He was posting randomly. And immediately the governor acknowledged President Tinubu's hand in the election for allowing free and fair election. Nobody can tell me that was free and fair. There was vote buying, there was intimidation, there was shooting, there was crisis, there was tear gassing, there was ballot box snatching. Nothing happened, nothing free and fair. But the only thing that is free and fair is the INEC did not change the results of the people. That is what people can call free and fair. So at the end of the day, it is not only APC that was doing vote buying. And you cannot attribute everything that happened in Edo State, in Osun State, I beg your pardon, to APC. That is wrong. Everybody was doing what everybody needed to do. But unfortunately for APC, they lost out. And now they try to downplay the victory by attributing the victory to APC being magnanimous to Osun State governor. Now, to come and further fuel that particular comment of agreement is agreement, he now publicly, in the very first time he's speaking after the election, acknowledged that he is endorsing President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the same man that a lot of Osun people saw as being against you in the final. And that is what made them not to be happy. So accusations of compromise, meaning Nigerians expressed disappointment over Governor Adeleke's public appreciating the president and reaffirming an endorsement for his 2027 re-election bid. Then there was backlash. Social media users called out Davido after he hastily deleted his post criticizing official bad and declaring his family would step back from presidential politics. Now, he deleted that post immediately. And then that means, my uncle don't say now with the support. Now I'm saying go begin support. And that's exactly what netizens are saying. Well, this disenchantment with elite politics, commentators noted that the sudden turnaround shed light on how family political interests in Nigeria often override public expectations of fierce opposition, leaving everyday citizens feeling used as political foot soldiers. And that is what a lot of people are now feeling after this one statement from the governor reaffirming his endorsement for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Well, when you look at this thing, do they have the right to be angry? Yes, they do. Do they have the right to follow their governor? Yes, they do. So which way Osun voters 2027 election? That is the biggest question. Well, if you put everything into context, Davido had initially gone on an online ranting saying, try to Tinubu and asserting he would never support the ruling party, only to delete the tweet hours later once political realignments and the governor's appreciation speech began. What do you think people will make of that one? It's because you want to support them, period. And you know that now that they have won, Adeleke family, which is the most prominent family in Osun State, have to go and realign themselves with the president. Otherwise, their business will suffer. Because with Tinubu carrying eye put for your body, now you know what thing happen to you. Ask Aerofy. I'm going to tell you. The influencers and ordinary users alike tweeted that the sudden deletion made it obvious that the family political survivor and executive optics had taken precedence over anti-established posturing. Well, that is what is happening in Osun State at the moment. Netizens are not happy. Nigerians are not happy. If you see their tweets, most of them are so angry that they started calling Davido names and all that. So Nigerians are very easy to change sides. They can be with you, no, they'll switch side. They had. So what do you make of this development? Before I come to tell you my own assessment of this whole election, let's take some calls. 0911 20,022. Good morning. Who's on my line?
Cosmos.
Welcome aboard, sire.
My name is Steve Ozem and I am calling from Owerri.
August Steve.
Very.
You don't learn work, have you?
No, you they teach me.
I can't go. Okay.
Barry.
Huh?
Let me state one thing. My concern is not whether Adeleke is supporting Tinubu. After all, Adeleke as a person has the right to support whoever he wants. Are you aware of that?
Yeah.
So it's within his right to give his support to whoever he wants.
Okay.
But I think it is so disappointing for the likes of Festus Keyamo,
okay,
a senior advocate of Nigeria, to begin to talk about agreement, secret agreement, that it's because of agreement that made him to win. Meaning that you have agreed with Nigerians that the federal government under Tinubu decide who wins election in Nigeria. And if you don't support Tinubu, if you don't enter into agreement, remember what happened in Rivers State? Agreement is agreement. So agreement between godfathers, politicians, is what we have in Nigeria now as democracy. It's no longer people. So we should be concerned about that statement by a senior advocate of Nigeria, a senior lawyer, telling us that because he entered agreement to support Tinubu, now APC allowed him to win. It's not even whether he won or he did not win that is the matter, but that statement carries a lot. It means there is nothing like democracy in Nigeria, that you are the people who decide who win and who will win. So it's very disappointing. But all I know is that Adeleke have won in Rivers State. It is a court that won, and APC was defeated in Osun State.
Okay.
That is the key. So we're looking for, let them enter the same agreement in 2027 so that P2B will win the presidency. I think that would be nice. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay. That was Steve Zerman, the political affairs analyst. And of course, we have another caller. Good morning.
Hello, good morning, Barry.
Welcome aboard, Saya.
This is Zuma. I'm calling from Momok.
Okay.
This issue of Festus Keyamo and Adeleke, I think I will call it medicine after death.
Okay.
Adeleke has won. He has won. You can imagine the whole Nigeria celebrating. Even the people that is not from the state, they are celebrating for the win of election. To tell you how rotten APC is.
Try.
You ask the question, why are we celebrating? We are celebrating because APC tried to make themselves cause over Nigeria. They make all manner of speech, trying to make us feel as if we don't even have our own rights in this country. So, but thank God that
they are put to shame, including our Babio. They were all put to shame. So whether agreement or why didn't they make the agreement with the president? If truly there was agreement, are they afraid of making any agreement? They should have made the agreement and win the election. But shame to them. And I pray that this same thing that happened in Osun State should happen in the whole Nigeria. Thank you very much.
All right. Well, in an interview with Sheung of Channels Television, Sheung likes to poke people and bring up so many controversial comments. He was asking Ademole if he plans to join the APC now that he has won. Well, Governor Adeleke said it is not on his agenda for now. So leaving room for doubt here and there, because he wasn't very concrete on saying he will never join the APC. He said it is not on his agenda for now. What did that one call mean? Hello?
Barry.
I greet you, sir.
Thank you. Happy New Week.
Happy New Week to you.
All right. I'm ready from Amimo.
Okay.
Barry, understand what is. There's nothing. I know why Adeleke is saying that just to protect himself. Tinubu is there, and I'm not going to use that language. But I know if he fails to say that, they will go to court and get it through the court. Okay. Let him continue to play cool. He is not talking the mind of the people. The entire Nigerians, including our Shum people, don't like APC. About 30 people died in that election. 16 governors from APC, senators, House of Rep, all stormed there. The police station was burned down completely. They lost because the people never allowed. Why he is thanking Tinubu is because Tinubu would have asked them not to call the result and do it inconclusive. That was the arrangement. But he said let the result there. The people said no. I saw when they said no. So don't mind. We know what we are saying. Okay. 2027 will be like that. I'm telling you. We are waiting to the day. We will see what will happen. God will keep you alive. Thank you.
Okay. No wahala. Thank you so much. Okay. The conspiracy theories have started flying. And definitely it is you versus them. Good morning.
Good morning once more. Chief Ubada bounces back.
How Chief Jude they get me every time? What does they try? They know they get. I don't understand.
Man, take your time this morning though. Well, I want to tell you that in politics, there is no permanent friend or permanent enemy.
Okay.
There is nothing you cannot speak. You know that on recent I've started maybe distancing myself from APC, but don't be surprised that I want to go back. But that is by the way.
You see, the most important now you don't make them say your repentance is not genuine. They say you just buy time.
Whatever you like, you can call me. I don't mind. Remember that where the body is, there the eagles will like to gather themselves.
Okay.
Well, the truth is this: whichever divide anybody may be, if APC had wanted to rig that election out of the present incumbent government, they would have done so. That is one fact I want you to know. So you can imagine the type of answer that
are you saying they didn't try to do it?
Well, they had wanted to. I'm telling you, but for the advice of Mr. President, I think they should have done so. That is the truth.
Chief Jude, who time when President advised them? When did you hear? How did he advise them? Now later he write them in committee,
that type of piece of advice is not given openly. It's a secret one. So you are not supposed to know.
How you take on Noam?
I know that. I know I'm a party man. I know what you know why they call politicians Indian man. You know most of the things they do are usually carried out in the night. So don't worry about that.
Okay.
You see? So the truth is that if APC had wanted to rig that election out of the president, they would have done so. Mr. President has equally gone ahead to say that.
Wait, Chief Jude, why is APC trying so hard to make this victory like they allowed it? Why are you people trying so hard to make it look like it's not a show people that decided?
When you say you people, but you take your time. You don't know where I belong to now.
Are you not the one that just said you are APC? You are a party member?
I know. I said don't be surprised. That was my statement. I've told you. I know what I'm saying.
Chief Jude, you're a very dangerous politician. You're a dangerous politician. Come and leave my phone. Come and be going.
What I'm trying to tell you is that where the body is, there they will gather themselves. And there's nothing wrong.
Okay.
In party politics, there's no friend or opponent. Everyone would like to click to where he wants to. He gets the biggest favor. That's
Invariably, where the money is where the people go. Bam.
Well, that is your interpretation. I've said my own. All I want to tell you is that Governor Tek has a right to equally choose whom to support.
Bye. Come and be going.
He's related to Tinubu, they are from the same state, and this is brother. Never mind politics. Anything can happen in politics. So,
Thank you.
I want to call the political orography in the southeast. You have not known about that. I'll teach you later.
Chief Jude, come and be going. Come and be going. Go away. All right, thank you, Chief Jude. Don't carry on this morning. All right, good morning, Barry Cosmos, Occasion Radio. My name is Cliff David Nnamdi Ogbokoro from Monjoy Rete. I'm happy the victory did not go the way of APC. There is no agreement made with Accord Party, according to Keyamo. He's just making up unwarranted story. They are just ashamed that the ordinary Accord Party will wrestle and defeat them. Congratulations to Governor Adeleke for his landslide victory against his opponent, Mr. Oyebamiji. Despite influx of APC bigwigs, those 16 governors and 50 senators of APC should hide their faces in shame. Both Mr. Akpabio, Senate President, including those Accord Party factions who left the party to join APC. God bless you, the Buruburu One on radio. At least those 22 governors will come, the hotel where they sleep and all those things. Those guys don't make money now. That's good business. All right, Barry Cosmos, happy new week and good morning. Firstly, APC, I know, always come from behind to give reasons for failure. I can tell with all authority that there was no agreement between Mr. President and Governor Adeleke. If there was, why did APC finger PDP that made Adeleke join Accord Party? Why all the shenanigans of EFCC involvement in placing Osun State Fund on hold until people started talking? Why did the whole APC bandwagon shifted to Osun State and we are making all manner of hate speech? Why did the federal government move such barrage of security operatives to Osun State for election that they are claiming there was an agreement? Why did the APC government at the center and all those weak governors and lame senators spend such huge sums of unbudgeted funds in Osun State just to execute an agreement? I can go on and on. As far as I'm concerned, they are just idle jokers in the pack. It is a shame. Elder Chijoke sent in that one. The People's Elder, thank you very much. Governor Adeleke won the election and shame to APC cabal. There is nothing like agreement on Adeleke's victory, please. Evangelist Obiora from Katol. And we also have this one says, beautiful morning. Okay. Beautiful morning, my eloquent and majestic Barry Cosmos, and happy new week. Hearty congratulations to our in-law, Governor Adeleke of Osun State. His wife, Ngozi, our sister, and his brother, Davido, our in-law. The victory was divine as the fight from the opposition, especially the APC, was outrageously and fierce. We give God all the glory. Mbieri and Olu people are rejoicing with you. We recall that 24 APC governors abandoned their state and ran to Osun State. Many of their senators, including Senate President, gathered in Osun State to wrestle with Adeleke. The state was further militarized by flooding it with 30 police commissioners and over 1,500 policemen, including other security officers, all because of one state election. This is quite unbecoming. Thanks be to God, as his will prevailed at last. However, the governor should not spoil our joyful spirit by thanking President Tinubu first and foremost instead of God and Osun people, and telling us about his parochial support for the president's bid for second time, just because he is his brother. Isn't it, Lady Julie? No, CK sent that one. All right, this other one say, BMS boss from School Road, in the word of Chief Jude Ugbaja, surely they shall gather, but if their gathering is not of the Lord, they will scatter. Truly, Adeleke is a bulldozer. Thank you very much. This other one says, good morning, Barry, the radio marshal, the one, and Prince Chiedozie. You see how Osun election went. APC tried to rig the election, but thank God for Osun State people and Adeleke's family. But why must APC believe so much in rigging instead of transparent democratic process? It's very unfortunate, and Adeleke thanking God, Tinubu is very, very suspicious. My brother, things have really gone wrong. I rest my case and Prince Chi Edoze Onwomere. What some people fail to understand is that the bigwigs of the Adeleke family had a strong accord in 2023 between them and Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The accord is that Adeleke will support Ahmed Tinubu while Tinubu gives them his support for the governorship. And it is this accord that has been respected. Thank you. All right. We also have this on Good Morning, Barry, the Radio Marshal. Happy New Week. As usual, I think I've taken that before. Bonjour, my Radio Marshal. Ejike Ogbonna is texting from the good people of Amakuru Dere Izombe. Barrio, help me thank the great people of Osun State for turning out a mass in order to make sure their vote was counted. Kudos to the great people of Osun. In this regard, I therefore urge my fellow Nigerians to go and get your PVC so that we will change this Agate country. Stay blessed, my brother. And if I Jim Konye from Obiakpo Ekbema says a delegate fought the fight like a man, despite threatening and intimidation from APC bigwigs. He's a type of opposition member we want to be challenging APC, especially come 2027 general election. Congratulations to him and Osun people. Coming to the agreement saga, even if there is any agreement between Adeleke and Tinubu, Adeleke and his family votes won't decide for Osun people or give Tinubu winning in Osun State. Osun people know who they will cast their vote for come 2027 and defend their votes just like they did last Saturday. Good morning, Mr. Barry Cosmos, the Guruburu One on radio. I'm Alfonso Chima, texting from Owerri. The Osun election shows that people are now more aware of their voting power. In a true democracy, power belongs to the voters, and their votes should freely choose their leaders according to the law. Congratulations to the people of Osun State. May God give the new leaders wisdom to serve well and help Nigerians have the courage to protect our democracy. Amen. God bless you. Now we have this one. Good morning, my people. Mr. Barry, I am Comrade Smith from Futo. I wish to commend President Tinubu for taking time to know all his citizens and even going extra mile for their rescue. I wish our president can borrow a lift from this. Congratulations to Osun State for standing firm to defend their votes despite intimidation. I think you are commending President Trump, not Tinubu. Thank you very much. All right, Barrio, my man, happy morning. Did the agreement include Osun people calling those Maruda thieves? Ole? Excuse me. The people said that, look at what you cost. Abi, look at what you cost. You keep sending things that will catch me off guard. We don't have democracy in Nigeria. What we have are criminal merchants in politics. Maybe one or two exemptions who still have integrity and credibility. Barrio, I told you that there is always a God factor in every extreme situation. Nigeria can get better. The people's elder have spoken. This other one says, good morning, Barry. I now agree with you 100% that Nigeria should get their PVC. It remains the only way out. Imagine every polling unit having 500 or 2,000 and above voters waiting to vote on election day. Such crowd will scare the riggers and their thugs and eventually produce the free and fair election we have been praying for. Let's all get our PVC for a new Nigeria is possible. Henry Naje from our farmer market, Old Road, Nekade. A bell of blessing to you. All right, let's do some very, very quick analysis on the situation that transpired in Osun State on Saturday. When the people decide to make a stand, no matter what you do, you cannot beat the mob. No government anywhere, no matter how strong, has ever defeated the mob. It's not possible. First off, a mob is a group of people working together for a common purpose. Just take a look at what South Africa did with their mob action to send people away. If the government was about to send people away from South Africa, it would have taken years and months. But the mob came out. What happened? It happened. Their government did nothing. You can't even stop them. You can't shoot your people, because that will be like genocide. That will be worse every world leader out there will come after you. They know that. There will be scary gunshots here and there, like what happened at Lekki Toll Gate during the EndSARS. Yes. But if that has continued and the people came back the next day after that one, they will not try to shoot anybody again. But the fact is that if you want a change, you must be ready to accept whatever. That's it. This proved right in Osun State because people with arms came to snatch ballot box. People without arms chased them and brought it back. You know why? Those people with arms cannot open fire on them. Yes, they won't do it because if they do, one, how many people will go shoot before they kill you? Do you think so? Those ones they carry, they don't want to leave. They're not going to come there. Yes, we had 1 or 2 persons lost their lives. Yes, it's normal. It happens in every election. You just pray it's not to you. But the fact remains that if we want to make a change, this is the best lesson for everybody. INEC. This man, in a governorship election, defeated his closest rival by over 100,000 votes. That is a massive, not be naira, not people. That's a massive victory. It's not like a presidential election where you have millions of people voting at the same time. They had 2 million plus. 1,900,000 and something collected their PVCs. Over 1 million voted. That is the way to go. That's the only way you can make any change. For those of you who believe that they have written the result, they have done this, army this, police that, but can you now see that when you come out en masse and on election day, file behind, everybody go see these people are voting for these people all over the place. INEC go no say, we self will no go fit do this kind of GBTYO, it not go work. Now, Osun people also gave us a blueprint that if you vote, stay there. Don't go anywhere. As at 6, 7 p.m., people were still in the line wanting to vote. And most of them didn't make mistake because we have only less than 3,000 voided votes. What an outing. I also want to commend INEC for at least staying resolute and making sure materials got to people on time. Yes. The places that were delays here and there were BVAS machines started malfunctioning but eventually got functioning. So there was no network issue. The results were being uploaded as it was happening. They were uploaded. I was monitoring the upload. It came from local government to local government until all the 20 or thereabout local government, was it 30 local government of Osun State, came in on the iRev. You can see it. I was monitoring it. I was like, okay, fine. This local government came. This one came. The election, that was the flashpoint of everything. You know that Governor Adeleke is from Ede local government in Osun State. Critics keep saying he's just developing Ede and all that. But that's not the point. The point I'm trying to make, whether he performed well or he didn't perform well, is not the issue. The issue here is that Osun people came out. On election day now, maybe for Imo State governorship, now that day, some people will never kick ball. Go remember, so they will play ball for street. Some people go there, they wait, maybe 12 o'clock or 2 o'clock, reach, then go open their shop. Now that day, the entire beer parlor go full. They wait to hear result, but they don't want to go and vote. In Igbo land, it is a shame that the entire Southeast, according to INEC records, it may be wrong, could not get 5 million votes. The entire Southeast. Even without INEC, they can't get that. Imo State alone, what's the population? How many registered voters? If you go to INEC office, you will see piles of uncollected PVC. What did they do there? But you know the people who complain personally, those ones who don't even get PVC. People will never register to vote. The one who manage register, the ones who go collect now because bank demanded for those cards. If not, for no open one account or do one transaction. That's what made them to go and collect it. That is the issue. Please go inside your house as they hear me now. Search for your PVC. Put them for your wallet or pocket or purse. They waka, because that's the only power you have. When we say it is war against bad governance at all levels, from local government to governors to president to senators, it is, if you get the right people, the people will rejoice. Again, Osun people show that take your money and go. They shout 20,000, we no collect. 20,000, we no collect. That is the way to do it. They rejected the bribe and voted for the person they wanted. Can we do that? Can you do that? Ordinary councillor now, we want, apologies, ordinary in parentheses. It's not as if I'm looking down on any position. No. I'm just saying that because that's the least elective position in Nigeria. You will now begin to ask a councillor to come and pay this before you go vote for them. And when the guy don't pay, you go expect him to work for you. How? So these are the things you need to put in your head. You cannot eat your cake and have it. Stay away from bribery and corruption when it comes to election. That is the only time you can comfortably say, yes, I want this, I need this, because you know you didn't sell your conscience. Particularly to our mothers, when then they suffer injustice pass. Our women, before election now, go tie wrapper with one person face. They shout, whoa, 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 whoa. The same woman go this side. Go the group of women, their job now to wait for election campaign, go APC, go NDC, go ADC. All this, now so they go tie different wrapper, go there in order to collect. That is where your confusion starts. On that day now, you can't say, oh, I don't go all of them. The one way give me money, another one I go vote for. That's what you do. Then at the end of the day, you will be complaining, no road, no school, no hospital. Which money the person want to use? Build the road when they already use them, dashing. No be to collect the money when you spend back. You made election a business. And if a business is not thriving, who will continue with the business? It's a very simple thing. You cannot eat your cake and have it. So for those of you demanding money before you vote, go ahead. Now me and you go suffer them. Maybe now you will suffer and pass me. But at the end of the day, bad governance is as a result of most of the electorate. Now, Osun people have shown us the way that, yes, reject the money, vote your person you need. If you must collect the money, collect and still vote the person you want. To the security agencies, well, I want to also congratulate them. They did not kill people, despite so many provocation here and there. It doesn't matter whether 34 governors are in one party. That is what Osun State did. 22 or 24 of them were in Osun State. And what happened? So it doesn't matter whether all these governors did their state, they support one person. You need to go and do your own civic responsibility to vote. It starts with getting your PVC. It starts with registering on INEC. It starts with you being eligible to add your voice. That one vote you have may just make the difference you need. If somebody is looking for 52%, for instance, which is a threshold for victory of any election, maybe you need one vote to enter that 52%. That your single vote may make it. So don't think that your vote is not important. Don't think it will not count. It will not count if only few people go out to vote. It will definitely count if the masses go out to vote. So everybody under the sound of my voice, this is a clarion call once again. Go and get your PVC. Vote for whoever you think is the best. All of us focus on the president. Hell no. We have senators. In Imo State here, we have senators from the 3 geopolitical zones of Imo State. Which of them have done anything worth celebrating to Imo people? If you see roads in their vicinities, if they manage to do one road, it's the road leading to their house. One even demolished somebody's house that was told, said he's going to stay upstairs and be spying his house. So he demolished somebody's hard-earned money that built his own house because he's a senator. And that case has been there, doing nothing happened, nothing, absolutely nothing. That is the kind of senators we have in this country. Please, I'm not calling anybody's name. I'm just giving a reference, which, of course, it happened because I was a witness to it. The brother reported to me that I was still in my other radio station, not here. But the thing is that we have senators in Olu, in Okigwe, in Owerri. What are they doing? We have Federal House of Rep members. What are they doing? When they come, one day they'll organize empowerment. Pack money, caterpillar, motor, cars, bike, everything, Okada. Give. After that one, they go. They find one or two projects do. But guess what? They collect constituency money almost every month. What do they do with it? You have State House of Rep collecting constituency funds. What are they doing with it? Not be their salary and their personal money now. That's what they are working for. So when you are voting, don't concentrate on only president, because not president or governor. These are people, but the government is a collective of all of them put together. Now, when you now see laws, you begin to make laws that will favor their own antecedent. Now, are you aware that our electoral act that was passed, that they have removed verification of result as before election, as what is it, pre-election and after election? I can't remember exactly. But that happened to pave the way for result forgery. Are you aware of that? Go and read this. Who made it? The people in the Senate. Why? Because they need to do it so that it helps them, not the people. So when the wrong people are voted into the Senate, what do you think will happen to Nigeria? It's just nonsense we are seeing all over. Useless laws that make no meaning. You leave the most important things and start discussing things that makes no meaning. You wake up one morning and say you are going to change who is going to be the Senate president. If you're not a ranking senator, you cannot be Senate president. How that one take concern Nigeria now? But at the end of the day, you sit down and spend hurriedly. Wake up one morning, change our national anthem without any recourse to what will happen. At my age, I won't go to begin learn what this new anthem. What did they sing now? I beg. Somebody help me with that. Because I know Sabiam. Nigeria, we hail thee. If somebody sing that in F9, I go sing and half. I know part, because I never did it in primary school, secondary school, graduating, university. All of a sudden, somebody go begin learn them at my age. And we are plenty, not only me, I'm just being honest here. You go to a coach and they are singing your national anthem, you can't sing it. You have to go and learn it. This is the kind of things we get when we have senators that leave what should be to go chasing what shouldn't be. Why? Nothing. We asked for electronic transmission. They dilly-dally, do come put clauses that will give them a lacuna, a way out to do whatever they want to do. It starts with you, the voter. It starts with you now. If you don't arrest at least these various sectors and you focus on president, you will waste your time. I shouldn't have shown the way. So I call on everybody, wake up, grab your PVC, and then on election day, go out. In fact, we will lock market that day. Everybody go vote. No midweek service, no weekend service that time. No church should be having service when they are supposed to be going to vote. No crusade, nothing. On that day, everybody go out to vote. In fact, not voting should be a crime. Everybody should go and vote. That's exactly. So that's what I want to tell you this morning. Let's go back to the phone lines, get more calls. Good morning.
Hello,
I greet you, sir. Do not be smart. Don't tell I hear from you. How about it?
I'm okay. I don't know if there will be any other option for us.
You say?
Either we have 2 lines or 3 lines. Hi.
If I get trainer, how I go use the pick here, and I want keep us. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm from Oshun.
Okay.
Go precisely. Yes, it's not that we are in the election. I'm here, true. My PVC is here. Over the election.
Yes.
Or something that or in that. So yeah,
Oh, Dudu, I'm struggling to hear you. Please.
Yeah. I hear you now.
No, the thing is coming and going. I'm struggling.
Hello?
Maybe you just have to call back. Apologies,
No,
please.
I hear you.
Okay. Just call us back because we can't hear you. Thank you. Sorry, no vex. Good morning.
Senior Comrade Linus Zulu, Umezala Ogwara, member no Imo State, Nigeria. My name and my friend.
Welcome.
I greet you, sir.
Welcome.
My good man. You have just analyzed everything. It's today I know you are an impeccable presenter.
Thank you.
You put yourself on the line that nobody can harass you. But I just want to tell you this.
Okay.
If you know Adeleke, or anybody who knows him, let the person go and tell him that he should report to police stations.
Uh-oh.
And now release people who offended or not offended but was arrested.
Okay.
Let them go arrest so that his state will be in peace.
Okay.
That's my first message to him. Not dancing. Now, the next thing I want to say is this. Some people were criticizing RNG. Let them not criticize it. My good brother, let them not criticize. I said it last week, if you can go back to your memory. Now, you are a good politician. I know how you are talking. You are a good politician. Now, you believe with me that the politics is a game. If politics is a game, remember, football is also a game. And the football, there's something you can do. You can play foul in football by arranging the match before the match. And then getting results as you want. Somebody will say they have sell off the match. Now, that match will still hold. There must be yellow card. There must still be red card in that match. But it has already been sold.
Get to the point, Ogami, no time.
So what am I saying? What I'm saying now is anybody who is a good politician in Nigeria, who probably is at my age, must understand that this election, you must trust the people who say it was arranged. Let us wait for 2027 because that will be the time when Amopita will have to prove himself. He wanted to get people's trust now and do what he wants to do by 27.
Thank you. All right, that's another angle. People are saying that they won't use this on deceive us. Maybe let's say free and fair election they come. Well, you don't have to lose your guard. The only thing you need to do is go out there in mass and vote and then leave the rest for God and INEC. Good morning.
Yeah.
I greet you.
Good morning, Sabari.
Yeah, Kachisim, good morning. How about you?
Yeah. My name is Kachisim Ekuha. I am calling from my community in the West local government.
Yes.
Yeah. Based on the topic of discourse, first of all, I want to commend Governor Dele the election. 2, I want to correct 2 impressions. Number 1 is this. People have been saying, thank you, Mr. President, for not interfering in the election. Thank you, Mr. President, for allowing a free and fair election. I want to ask them, are they not saying that the president is the architect of all electoral malpractices in Nigeria? Get my question. That is a question I want them to answer.
Okay.
Number 2 is this. There is something we say in Igbo, but I don't know who can explain it to you.
Now you talk and explain.
Okay. It means that there is nothing you can do to please people.
Okay.
Now, what I'm making is this. Do you know, and you said you are following the election, do you agree with me that there was vote buying?
Of course, there was vote buying, definitely.
Thank you very much.
I've said that.
Thank you very much. Now,
just
do you also agree
sharp,
that,
no time.
did you also notice that nobody is talking about vote buying again because our court party won?
Okay.
Now, let's rewind it. Assuming it was APC that won, you would have known how the atmosphere would be. Do you understand where I'm going to?
Okay, so before you comment, so that we don't waste time, we just have 2 minutes, so I'll wrap up. You know that if you're doing vote buying, it's to change the will of the people. So if the will of the people, emerges victorious, what complaint do you want to complain? So is APC going to complain that there was vote buying, that's why they lost the election? That is another angle you need to talk about. So it is not about just talking. That's why I'd like people to talk for a purpose, all right? Not just talk for talking's sake. You talk because there is a reason why you're making comments. All right, just wrap it up, Katchison. Let's move on.
No, because of time, I would have argued this out with you. I would have argued it out with you because you are now alleging that it was only the APC that did vote buying.
No, I never alleged that. I say
That's what I'm saying. So now, if all parties did vote buying, and one party now came out and won, why is it that nobody is recording that there was vote buying? That's the argument I'm making. But we not.
Okay, thank you very much, Katchison. I understand what you're saying. There's no time. Go ahead.
Let me summarize. So this time, the summary of the point I'm making is, for me, this is a victory for democracy, and it's a litmus test for what will happen in 2027. And I want to also see people that this is taking the mic for them because they performed abysmally low, coming far third in the election.
Thank you.
So they should have this in the back of their mind ahead of 2027.
Thank you.
My name is Katchison from Af.
Thank you. All right. Katchison has wrapped up the whole time, so let's just try and give our final speech right now. It's always going to be a pleasure to be with you. ADC had just 17,000 votes in Osun State, so that also shows they performed very, very low. NDC did not feature in the election. So, well, you have to fight battles you know you can win, and definitely it's also a good outing for the people. Once again, congratulations to Osun people. Congratulations to INEC for at least making sure that the election was mostly 80 to 90% peaceful, and the people of Osun State for standing tall. We call on all Nigerians who don't have their PVCs, go and get your PVC. If it can be done in Osun State, it can be done anywhere else. So everybody, rest, enjoy your day. Happy, full, fresh week ahead. Okay, up next will be the Slim Diva with Health Revolution as we leave the stage for our commercial right now. And then we will be back tomorrow for another round of Straght Talk. Apologies to everybody whose message I could not read right about now because of time. And, of course, thank you all for being steadfast with us on this show. Bye-bye for now. Barry Cosmos signing out.
Echo FM 100.7, the fresh news people.
The track Egu Oruowere by Princess Akudo Njemanze, a.k.a. Aku Owere, celebrates Oruowere, Owere's annual cultural festival, and showcases the rich cultural heritage of Owerri people. The festival is a season of forgiveness, peace, unity, and conflict resolution.
Hey! Awe banye jemoru